R. Sucharita, Department of English, Government Degree College, Khairatabad, Hyderabad. A cordial welcome to the students of BA, BSc and BCom second year. Today I am going to present a prose lesson that is Toasted English, which is written by R.K. Narayan. So this is R.K. Narayan, whom we see in the slide. So now we are going to do the pre-reading activity. So what do you usually toast?
I toast sliced bread.
What is toasting?
Toasting is made brown and crispy by heating.
What happens to a slice of bread when you toast it?
It changes color.
How is toasting different from roasting?
Heating in an oven or fire.
Is called as roasting.
Yeah.
And then what is toasting?
It is made brown and crispy by heating.
So that is toasting and roasting. So how many words can you think of that rhyme with toast?
Boast, coast, post, most, post.
What is proposing a toast?
To wish a person future health and happiness.
What does it mean when someone is called the toast of?
Be popular in a particular place. Yeah.
Or group
Or group.
is called as the toast of. So what does a toastmaster do?
Ensuring the venue is ready and greeting the bridal party and guests, announcing wedding breakfast, etc.
What is a Toastmasters Club?
It is a non-profit organization become better communicators, leadership, training and public speaking practice.
So that is called as Toastmasters Club. Good, thank you. Now we are going to see about the author. So about the author. So Prose Toasted English is written by R.K. Narayan. And we are going to see the introduction of R.K. Narayan. So you can see the picture of R.K. Narayan in the slide. I hope you know about R.K. Narayan and you have read many books about R.K. Narayan, and I hope you have seen the films too. So Rasipuram Krishnaswamy Iyer Narayana Swamy, better known as R.K. Narayan, was born in the year 1906 and died in 2001. Is one of India's finest writers in English. A prolific writer, Narayan published nearly 60 books in his writing career spanning over 60 years. Besides 15 novels, he wrote numerous short stories, essays, and an autobiography. Most of his stories are set in Malgudi, a fictional semi-urban South Indian town that he created. His writing is characterized by genial humor, gentle irony, and compassionate realism. Some of his novels, Swami and Friends, Mr. Sampath, The Financial Expert, The Guide, The Vendor of Sweets, and short stories have been adapted into films and television series. Narayan received numerous awards and honors, including the Sahitya Academy Award, Padma Bhushan, and Padma Vibhushan. He was nominated to the Rajya Sabha in 1989, and his tenure in the upper house is best remembered for his fervent appeal to make the school bag lighter and restore to children the joys of childhood. So, the full name of R.K. Narayan is Rasipuram Krishnaswamy Iyer Narayana Swami. So, he is better known as R.K. Narayan, and he was born in the year 1906 and died in 21. Is one of the India's finest writers in English. So when you see the finest authors or the writers in English, so R.K. Narayan has got the finest writer's place in India. He is a prolific writer, he is a very good writer, and then he published nearly 60 books in his writing career. And it was a span over 60 years. And besides that, he has written 15 novels, and then he has written numerous short stories, many short stories, and he has written essays, and he has written also an autobiography. So most of his stories are set in Malgudi. So a fictional semi-urban South Indian town. Malgudi is a semi-urban South Indian town, and he has written a fictional one. So fictional is imaginative writing. Imagining and writing is called as fictional. So he did this imaginative writing, and then he belongs to the town called Malgudi, which is semi-urban South India. And then his creating is characterized by genial humor. So genial, Genial. Genial means very friendly or cheerful. So his writing always shows us that genial humor. So it makes us laugh, a humor, and gentle irony we can find in his writings. So, and compassionate realism also is found in his writing. So these are the three main characters in his writing, that is genial humor, gentle irony, and compassionate realism. You can find that compassion and the realism, gentle irony. For example, if you get 0 out of 100 marks, but even then your teacher remarks that you are a brilliant student. So that is a gentle irony. So these are the three main characters in his writing. Some of his novels, Swami and Friends, Mr. Sampath, The Financial Expert, The Guide, The Vendor of Sweets, and short stories have been adapted into films and television series. So all these are his writings. Mr. Sampath, I hope you have heard, and most of us they know about The Guide. The Guide was also a teleserial in those olden days. So all these are the short stories which are again adapted into films and television series. Myself, I have seen The Guide practically in the television when I was in my graduation days. So Narayan received Narayan received numerous awards, a large number of awards he received and honors, including the Sahitya Academy Award. So he was an award winner of Sahitya Academy and Padma Bhushan and Padma Vibhushan. And not only all these, but he's having so many achievements in his life. and he was nominated to the Rajya Sabha. That is, in the year 1989 he was nominated to Rajya Sabha, and his tenure means it is the period, or the period of time is called as tenure, and his tenure in the upper house is best remembered for his fervent appeal. So in the upper house, it's a great memory for his fervent. Fervent means it is a passionate intensity. He was best remembered for his passionate intensity to make the school bag. That is, he had a passion that these school students are having a great burden. They have to bear that burden on their backs, nearly too many kgs of books they have to, that big loads of books they have to bear on their backs. So that is why he made a fervent appeal to make the school bag lighter. The school bag should become light because children are burdened with heavy loads, and he wants to restore the children to the joys of childhood. A child should enjoy happiness and joy in his childhood. So this was his fervent appeal. And now we are going to see about the glossary. So what is this? The glossary is nothing but it is meanings. So toasted. Toasted means made brown and crisp by heating. Here it refers to the changes in the English language. So toasted means made brown and crisp by heating. So I hope you got the picture into your minds. What is toasted? So toasted means we take a slice of bread and the bread is made brown and crispy after it is toasted. So you can see the picture on the slide. So made brown and crisp by heating. Here it refers to the changes in the English language. So here it is not slice of bread toasting, but here it refers to the changes in the English language. The English language has lost its color. It has been toasted by, as the slice of bread is toasted and as the bread changes its color. In the same way, English is also, the English language is toasted by the people. So that is the actual or the real meaning here in this lesson, toasted. Then the next one is muffin. English muffins we say. So muffins means it is small cup-shaped bread. So here you can see on the slide. These are called as muffins. Muffins means small cup-shaped bread is called as muffin. Usually or generally I told you that they are English muffins. Then formalism. Formalism means strict attention to outward form or rules. Strict attention to outward forms or rules. That is called as formalism. So the word formal itself helps us to understand that it is strict. So as to the college, you have to wear formal wear, we say. So that is called as formalism. And you should be very formal when you are in the college atmosphere. That means you should be bound to the forms or rules, or strict attention should be paid to forms or rules. That is only called as formalism. Then stifling. Stifling is suffocating or making one feel oppressed, made low, is called as stifling. Make you suffocate. That is called as stifling. Then the next word is tyranny. Tyranny means unjust or oppressive use of power. So, with no justice at all, we say. So, that is only called as unjust. When there is no justice, it is called as unjust. So, when there is no justice, that is only called as unjust. Or using the power, in an oppressive way, in an unjust manner, is only called as tyranny. Then the next word is ceremonious. Ceremonious means excessively formal or polite. Being too polite or too formal, excessive formal, or being excessively polite is only called as ceremonious. Then the next word is not to mince words. Not to mince words means to speak plainly and frankly. So when your speech is plain and when your speech is frank, that is called as that you have not gone to mince words or make something which is not true. That is called as not to mince words. That means to speak plainly and frankly. Then the next word is chuck. Chuck, or we say chuck out. That means to throw someone or something out. So that is called as chuck out here in this lesson. To throw someone whom you don't like or something out, that is only called as chuck out. Then scores of other uses. Score itself, we can understand the word score. Score is nothing but it is immediately we get the understanding that it is 20. So a score is 20 people or 20 things. For example, when we say dozen, immediately we give the answer 12. In the same way, when we say score, it is 20. 20. So the plural scores means many. So when you use it, the plural word that is scores, SCORES, is the plural form of score. So scores means it is many. Then the next word is insinuation. Insinuation means an indirect hint. Hinting us in an indirect manner is called as insinuation. Then the next word is vocal. Vocal means the two pairs of folds in the larynx that enable us to produce sounds. Vocal cords we have near the neck. So they are called as vocal cords. These vocal cords, they are the two pairs of folds in larynx. So larynx is nothing but it is the voice box. The voice box is called as larynx that enable us to produce sounds. So this voice box in this vocal cords, they help us to produce sound. So when we deliver, our sound is produced outside. So they are called as vocal cords. Then the next word is sibilant. Sibilant means having or making a hissing sound. making a hissing sound. Hissing means immediately we get the picture of a snake. Okay, so here it is, for example, S, the word S, it produces the hissing sound. S, we say. Then in the same way, Z, Z, we say. They are the hissing sounds. Then S, H. So that produces the sound of sh. So all these S, Z, and SH, they produce the hissing sound, which are called as sibilant. Then the next word is where English has a bazaar status. That means where English is the language of the common people. So English should attain the bazaar status. So where English is the language of the common people. Now for example, we have Indian bazaars or we have Indian markets. For example, when I go into the market or the bazaar, I have to listen people speaking in English. Then we can say that English has attained the status of bazaar. Okay, bazaar status, we say. That means everywhere English should be heard, or each and every person should communicate or commune in English language. So, wherever in marketplaces or under the trees or in the college campus or in the classrooms or in the homes, when each and every person tries to speak in English, that means that day has attained the bazaar status of English language. So, where English has a bazaar status, where English is the language of the common people. Common, a commoner, or an ordinary citizen of India should speak in English. That means bazaar status is attained in India. Then the next word is idiom. Idiom means the language of a people, a region, etc. That is called as idiom. So we use so many idioms in English language, like black sheep and then white elephant, etc. So the language of a people or a region, in each and every language we have idioms spoken by the people. And in every region we find idioms spoken by even the illiterate people. So they are called as idioms. Then mongrel. What is a mongrel or mongrelization? That is crossbreeding or mixing breeds or varieties indiscriminately. That is called as mongrel. That means this crossbreeding is nothing but a person mixed decent, a person of mixed decent. For example, half French and half of his native language, or half English. That means, for example, when you see parents, some parents they are of mixed breed. One is an English parent, the other one is an Indian. So such they are called as a mixed breed. A person of mixed descent, the offspring of this parents, they are called as mixed breed. For example, because that person is having an English parent and an Indian parent. Okay, so that is called as mongrelization, which is called as crossbreeding, mixing breeds or varieties indiscriminately. That is called as mongrel. Then now I'm going to read about the essay. What is the gist, or what is the little gist of this toasted English, which is written by R.K. Narayan. So, Toasted English is taken from Narayan's collection of essays titled A Reluctant Guru. 1974. In this essay, Narayan records some of his impressions of America during his stint as a visiting professor at an American university in 1969. He notices how Americans have adapted the English language to suit their needs and how, as a result, American English is different from its British counterpart. He concludes the essay by underlining a similar need to evolve a form of Indian English that respects the norms of the language and yet responds to our cultural context. So, this toasted English, as we have seen earlier, it is taken from R.K. Narayan's collections of essays. So, this essay is titled as A Reluctant Guru. So, this reluctant guru he has written in the year 1974. So, in this essay, Narayan he records some of his impressions of America when he has been to America during his stint as he has gone to America as a visiting professor at an American university, that is in the year 1969. And there he finds or he notices how these Americans they have adapted the English language in order to suit their own needs, and how as a result American English is different from its British counterpart. So that is why we see there's a lot of difference between American English and British English. So how this American he suited his own needs and how he has changed. So he concludes the essay by underlining a similar need to evolve a form of Indian English that respects the norm of the language. So here there is a similar need to evolve a form of Indian English that respects the norms or the rules of the English language, and yet he responds to our cultural context. So we are going to sum up the lesson today. So the lesson we have seen today is prose, that is toasted English, which is written by R.K. Narayan. So we have seen about this author R.K. Narayan, whose full name is Rasipuram Krishnaswamy Iyer Narayan Swami, and he is a prolific writer. And then he has, to his credit, many books, that is nearly 60 books. And Malgudi, it is a fictional semi-urban South Indian work. And then he has written many novels. For example, Friend Sampath, Mr. Sampath, The Financial Expert, The Guide, etc. And then he has received awards of honors like Sahitya Academy Award, then Padma Bhushan and Padma Vibhushan, and he was also nominated to Rajya Sabha in 1989. So, like that, he is also best remembered for his fervent appeal to make the school bag lighter and to restore the joys of childhood. And we have also seen the glossary, that is, we have seen the glossary of toasted. So, this is toasting. Toasting is nothing but it is to change the color. But here in this lesson, it is change the English language. So this is roast and this is toast. And we have seen the meaning of a muffin. Muffin is an English muffin, which is called as cup-shaped bread, and like that we have seen so much of the glossary and how this tyranny is nothing but it is unjust or oppressive use of power, and ceremonious is excessive, formal, or polite. All this to sum up, we have seen the toasted English of pre-reading activity, about the author, glossary, and a little gist of the summary. Thank you. And in the next part, that is toasted English, part 2, we are going to do the lesson. Until then, thank you.